Hello everyone and welcome to the part 5 of our tutorial where we are going to continue by modeling the front door here. But just before then, I want us to make just a little correction to this regarding the alignment of certain vertices both on the mesh and on the blueprint. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go to our top view. You can see over here, this outline stretches all the way from here to the end here, like in a nice curvature. But looking at our vertices, they aren't following that outline. They just seem to stretch from here, and we have a sharp curve and it ends at the middle here. So we have to align them properly to follow this outline to the end. And the second thing I want us to correct would be over here. You can see we have some space here, and these vertices here needs to push outwards just to fill up this space. So let's see how we can correct all these errors. This is not going to be a hard thing to do, and I believe you're going to have an excellent result as long as you follow along with me. And let me quickly erase these annotations. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select this vertex and holding Control, I'm going to select this last one to select all these middle vertices. And let's press X and delete them. Select this vertex, go to top view, and let's extrude one over here, making sure that it aligns with these other vertex here. Let's go to our side view and let's bring it down, still aligning it to that same vertex over here. So let's extrude another one from here down here. Go to top view and let's move it out just slightly, like so. Back to side view, let's bring another one down and let's move it out. Bring this over here, move it out. Let's move it out just a little bit more. And with these, I'm going to bring it over here, and this last one over here. Okay, so let's select these vertex together with these, and let's press F to fill those faces there. And you can see we have these vertices pushing in just too much and giving us a weird looking mesh. So let's correct that. I'm going to select this last one here, over here, and let's turn on the snapping tool, and with G and X bring your cursor to this other vertex to snap the one we selected to it. And I'm going to select this other vertex, and GX bring your cursor to the vertex we selected first, and let's just keep repeating these. So bring this to the last vertex we selected, the last one we selected, and just keep repeating this till the end. Let's turn the snapping tool off and select these, and let's just move it out like so. Same with these. Let's move this out. And from the top view, we should have them looking like this. And you can see from pushing these vertices outwards, we have these other vertices pushed a little bit downwards and causing these pinches over here. So let's get them back up. So I'm going to select these and move it up slightly, just so we have like a straight edge flow over here. Select this other vertex. Let's move it up. Select this other one. Let's go to side view, and I'm going to box select these 4 vertices and let's move them up, placing these one on this outline here. Let's select them again, and I'm going to move them just a little bit backwards, like so. Select these other 4 and let's move them up as well, placing these on the same outline. I can select these 3 and let's move them just slightly upwards to restore this curved part here. Okay, select these and let's move it up to match with these. Select these also, move it up to match with the previous vertex, and let's move this up as well. Now I want to get to this part looking the way it needs to once and for all. And to do that, I'm going to load in another reference image that clearly shows that. Okay, so you can see over here, even though the reference is not that clear, but we can still make something out of it. You can see that the space here, which is the space between the crease here and this cutout line, the space is very small down here, but as we go up, it expands all the way to this area here. And I'm also noticing that these parts, which are these vertices, they push inwards slightly, and as we go upwards, they move in a lot more than before. So let's see how we can copy that. Let's go to side view, and I'm going to select this vertex and let's slide it backwards a bit just to close out this space a little bit more. Select these also and let's slide it also over here. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select this vertex here, and I don't think it has to be a straight line as it is, so I'm going to move it out along the X just slightly, just that we have a little bit of a bend here, just very subtle. And select these also, and let's turn the snapping tool on, and GX, bring your cursor to that vertex. GX, bring it here. Okay, I think that should be it. Okay, let's turn the snapping tool off, and from here I can push this in just slightly. Move this in, select these, and let's move it in. Okay, let's go to our top view and select this vertex, and I'm gonna move it in just a little bit, like so. Also gonna move this in just slightly. Yeah, I think that should be it. Alright, so now that we've gotten all this done, let's go to our front view and let's make this final correction. So over here you can see that we are having some space here, which also needs to be filled. So let's quickly solve that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select these vertices all the way down, and let's go to our front view and into wireframe mode, and I'm just going to move them upwards like so, and a bit to the right outwards. Okay, let's go to side view and select this vertex, and let's bring it down to that outline just slightly. Select these also, let's also bring it down, and let me see, let me select these, and you can see, looking at it from this side, we don't really have that crease like we did. So all we have to do is, with this selected, I'm just going to move it inwards just slightly like so. Let's also move this in like so, and let's see. Yeah, so we can begin modeling the door, and I'm going to load in another reference image. Okay, let's go to side view, and I'm going to box select these three vertices and bring them down over here like so, and let's select these other three and bring them down as well. And I'm not gonna bother losing that curve we had because it doesn't really matter. Okay, okay, let's select these and push it out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to hold Alt and let's left click on this part to select all these vertices, and I'm going to duplicate and move it out just slightly over here like so. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to select this vertex, and holding Control, I'm also going to select this one over here to select all these other vertices, and let's extrude all of them along the Y over here, and let's press S and Y and 0 to flatten them out on the Y axis. Let's check it out from the top, and we can see it's not perfectly aligned to this outline from the top view, but it shouldn't be an issue. We are going to focus on the side view blueprints here. Okay, and next I'm going to select this top vertex here, and let's extrude one over here. Let's go to our top view, and I'm gonna move it outwards just slightly like so, and let's extrude one all the way to the end here. And I'm going to add 4 edge loops here, and over here I'm going to add just 3, and let's slide them a bit to the right to align with each vertex here. Okay, next I'm going to select these 2 vertices, and let's press F till all these faces are filled up completely. And we have a little bit of a bend here, so let's select these together with the last vertex here, and I'm going to move it on the x-axis to straighten them out. Next, we are going to create this area here, and looking from our reference, you can see it's not flat out like the rest of the door. It goes in, and then at the bottom here it comes out again. Let me load in another reference that clearly shows how it looks. Okay, so you can see, and I'm gonna use this cutout line here to really show how it's going. So you can see it comes in a straight line over here, and just over here it pushes in slightly and then it comes out again. So let's see how we can replicate these. I'm going to select all these vertices here and let's move them up just a little bit more so we have a bit of space at the bottom here. And I'm going to extrude them over here to this outline like this, and I'm just going to move them inwards along the X slightly like so. And as it goes in, we can see it pushes out a little bit more again. So let's go back to our side view and I'm going to extrude another one to this point like this, and let's move them outwards just slightly, not too much. And let's extrude another here, which is this part here, and I'm gonna bend them inwards just slightly like so. And let's bring the last vertices down here like so, and these will go in a lot more. Okay, and I'm also noticing something here. You see this line over here, it's not really straight, it comes down and it's bending just slightly inwards. And comparing it to ours over here, we have straight edges here. So let's see how we can have the same thing in our reference. So with these vertices still selected, I'm also going to bulk select these three vertices by holding Shift, and I'm just going to move them along the X inwards slightly. See? Okay. Okay. Next, I'm going to select these vertices here, and together with these, let's go to side view, and I'm just going to slide them downwards slightly like so, and select these two vertices. Let's extrude along the Y over here. Let's select this top vertex and let's slide it back like so. I'm going to add a single vertex here and let's slide it down to align with these other vertex. And I'm going to box select on these other two vertices, and let's press F to fill these two faces. Select this vertex, press F, and I'm going to add another single vertex here, and let's also slide it down and align it to this other vertex. Select these two vertices, press F, and select these, press F, and I'm gonna select these two and press F. Let's select this vertex and select this last one by holding Control, and I'm going to bring them outwards just a little bit more. Okay, so getting to this point here, I'm gonna bring this part to an end, whereas in the next tutorial, instead of continuing with modeling the other areas of the vehicle, we are only going to be adding details to the parts we've made so far. Details like thickness, creases, and any other we would have to make. And we're going to be starting in order as which we began. So we're going to start with the hood, the bumper, fender, and the door. And then we'll continue modeling the other areas of the vehicle. So until then, see you guys in the next part.